to talk about Yunus English School and then what do we offer at Yunus. And today we'll have the program in two segments. We will have the English version for the first 30 minutes, and then the last 30 minutes we will have the local, the national languages. Let me not say local language, but the national languages in the last 30 minutes, where we'll also talk in our own language so as people can hear us and know exactly why we're here and then what we have for the general population. So I will allow them to introduce themselves. From my boss, yes, you can help us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ba. Yeah, good morning, the beautiful listeners out there. Yeah, you see, Yunus, once again, we are here at the Start TV. We will be enlightening you more about the product we have at the Yunus and what we have to offer to the nation. Thank you so much for following our program, and it's going to be a very fruitful program. You're going to learn a lot about Yunus English School during this 1 hour. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Mr. Principal. That was a good introduction. I'll get to the lady, beautiful lady, yes.
Good morning, beautiful viewers of Star TV. My name is Mariama Esanya, a civic teacher at Yunus English School. We are here today again on the Yunus Hour on Star TV. Keep following and then stay tuned.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Yes, good morning, beautiful viewers on Star TV and then listeners on Star Radio. We are back here again, Yunus Hour from 10 to 11, and then it's like it will be a usual thing of interesting products that are available at Yunus English School. So keep stay tuned and then keep listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the panelists. Thanks to all the viewers and listeners of Star TV and Star Radio. Basically, what we did the last time, we were going to get to the same thing, but then we are apologizing for the delay. We should have supposed to start by 10, but then we have a few minutes delay due to some unforeseen circumstances. Yes, mbadingol juberla ani lamoyla ntolem Yunus English School awa min kanale dimaso dimas kabo talantanna kata talantanin keling katara jang kakacha kula mil beden Yunus English School bi fanan felale jang bi programo nying 30 minutes force nyimbe o kala angale kan 30 minutes fula nyaw nyimbe dunna na kangol lanka mil fo na banko kan jang pour la mo la mi yalan ko buka angale ma angale mo e finance fem moy ye fen lo mimbe den Yunus English School la mbokay deglu kati ak ñu dé sétane Star TV ak Star Radio ñun len wa Yunus English School di la ñewal fini Yunus Awa bu dé ñoo dimanche bu nekk lu ko dooree 10 ba 11 te tamit ñu ngi nii fii si seen programme bi pour waxal leen yëgal leen ne lu nekk Yunus English School ak lu ñu lañ amal programme bi tey nag lu ñoo def mooy ne first 30 minutes bi dañoo laaka si anglais then 30 minutes bu si tegu dañoo laaka si suñu laaka yi ñoo laaka fii nii ñu leen a ooyee national languages. Thank you so much. We'll get into the program. Mr. Principal, we'll start with you. We understand that Yunus English School have been existing for over 13 years. And then there are a lot of things that have propelled the progress of Yunus English School within a decade and some years. Basically, one of the factors you spoke about the last program was that the school have been embedded, have been focused on developing the students, and that is all just towards making a progress in the nation. And one of the factors was that the contact hours that we got, and then also the good teachers, also the environment whatsoever that is entailed. But then we understand in this country here, some schools operate in double shift, meaning they have a morning and afternoon shift, and these things may have some impacts. How do you do it in Yunus English School? How many shifts do you have, and then what impacts does the shifting have, much especially when it comes to double shift and single shift?
Thank you so much, Mr. Ba, for that wonderful question. At the Yunus English School, we prioritize quality education, and to have that quality education, we need to have certain things in place, and we holistically need to look into the things and try to define it in a way that our purpose also will pop up, will stand out, so the world will know that, okay, this is actually what the school is stand on, and based on that foundation is serve as a springboard to catapult them to higher echelon. Considering the quality education, there are so many things in it, but what stand out there is proper curriculum planning and delivery. And then in proper curriculum planning and delivery, one thing very integral is the coverage of syllabus, and the people who are to deliver that lesson content also should be prepared. and then they also should have the content knowledge of what they are doing. Going to the methodology, they have to know how to deliver that content knowledge to conceptualization point of our learners. So there we prioritize these things very well. We definitely want to simplify the content knowledge and even bring it to the real life situation so that the learners can easily conceptualize it. Another important thing is giving that time, for planning and that time for curriculum delivery and also conceptualization of a content. There at Yunus, we are only operating on one shift, that's morning. Looking at it, we are operating from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So there, during these active contact hours, the students will have enough period for learning, and also after the school session also, the school environment is conducive for them. They have that environment, that very conducive environment for them to build on even more on what they have learned during the contact hours. So doing so, we realize that our students are doing very well in academic, because teachers are prepared and the school system is also giving them that avenue to have more contact hours, and also nothing will also curtail that, because there is nothing like double shifting, no afternoon session. Because looking at the double shifting in the school system, is very destructive sometimes, very, very destructive, because you're going to look at that, the contact hours is curtailed very seriously. And the cut down of the contact hours, the learners are not privileged to cover the syllabus. You know, this 3 year syllabus from grade 7 to grade 9 is very, very huge. Also from 10 to 12 is huge. So it's only those who look into the special aspect of it, which is integral in learners' development, that's given it a time. So at Yunus, we look into double shifting, and we look at it very well from the angle that is not geared toward the benefit of our learners. And then if we prioritize quality education, then therefore we have to maintain that single shift, that's morning, and give more time for lessons, and also more time for curriculum delivery and also coverage of syllabus. So in doing so, our school now, we are at the higher peg, because syllabus coverage is not our problem, and our students also immediately after the contact hours, they have room for them to have extra classes and also have time to read on what they have learned. All this is definitely helping us. So there are many disadvantages of double shifting, looking at the fatigue of teachers. So if teachers are fatigued, definitely they will not be able to deliver to expectation. That's very, very important. So that's why we at the Yunus English School, we make sure that we operate on only one shift, that's morning, and we make sure that the teachers have that energy to deliver, and they put in more effort on their lesson delivery. So that input also propel our output to the point today surprise many in this country. So thank you so much, Mr. Brown.
Thank you so much, Mr. Principal. Like in a nutshell, Yunus operates one shift, that is only morning shift, which also tells us that then the school have enough structures to how we accommodate all the students that they enroll. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you so much for that. I believe the viewers are listening, and then they will get the point. To our able Vice Principal, Mr. Sano, we have seen a trend in the country regarding unruly behavior of students. A lot of things have been reported in media regarding students' behavior. We have been seeing students and teachers, and this is like a national concern. At Yunus English School, how do you manage students' behavior as administrators and teachers? Because understanding that people come from complex societies, and then Yunus English School have been a school that admits students far away from Europe and America, different cultures, different settings, but then bringing all those people together. How do you as an administration and as teachers manage to control and then give those students best morals, behaviors that can also, help and build a nation that is disciplined and hardworking?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Ba. We all know that discipline is integral in education. It is the bedrock that everything stands on. Definitely. So at the Yunus English School, we do not compromise with discipline. First of all, what we do at Yunus English School, if a student comes for an enrollment, what we do, we do a background check. That is to check about their discipline record in their previous school. That is very important. Sometimes some of the students that we see around looking for admission in our schools are nuisance in their previous schools. So it's important that we always do that background check. Then from there, then it's like Yunus English School also, we prioritize before we admit students that they come with a responsible parent or a guardian. That's very important too. We don't need to just admit students like that. We make sure that they come with a guardian or a parent that we question, and then we dilate about the discipline record of that particular student. Then from there, then if these students are admitted, then it's like we have a prior information about their discipline record. So then when indiscipline comes, then we know how to tackle it because we have a previous record about them. And then at the Yunus English School, we do not compromise with discipline. It's like we have mechanisms in place that we put in practice to the latter to see that student discipline is not compromised. Because it's like they're the future leaders. Okay, if we compromise with discipline, then it means in the future we'll have a country that is full of indiscipline. Okay, so at the Yunus English School, discipline is number one. We do not compromise with that. So it's like, as I put it earlier, that it starts with a background check. Then from there, we make sure that their parents are always present or their guardians are always present when admitting these students. And then we have a background record about their discipline. So then from there, when indiscipline comes from their side, then we know how to go about it. It's like sometimes we engage the parents, we call the parents. When a student show an unruly behavior, we engage their parents. Then from there, if it persists, then we serve them with a warning letter. If it persists, after engaging still the parents, still trying to still engaging the students, then from there, then the only thing that we can do is suspend. From suspension, then, but we believe that before we get to suspension, some of these students, with the help of their parents, they try to come back to their senses and then know that without discipline, you cannot achieve anything in education. So at Yunus English School, we do not compromise with discipline. Whether you are a Gambian or you are born in Europe of Gambian parents, we make sure that discipline comes first. Yes.
That's very important.
Yeah.
The vice principal being the responsible of internal affairs, do you also give chance to students that came with bad records, but then like giving chance to them so as to mold them, build them up and change them to be better people? Because that's also sometimes they need a second chance. Probably they may regret what they have done. Are you also considering that during admissions?
Yes, yeah, well, we do consider it. It's like, it's like, in most cases we give second chance to students. This is why I said at the beginning that we always make sure that their parents are present or their guardians are present when admitting them. That in most cases we give chance to students who are maybe at some point they have a bad record of indiscipline in other schools. Then we admit them, but then we go at that length of engaging the parents. That we're giving them a second chance, but then we together with the parents make sure that their unruly behaviors are put aside. And then with persistent counseling, because it's like in most cases, most of the students can attest to that. I'm very close to students. So in most cases, students who come with indiscipline records, I always try to engage them, talk to them, to make sure that they understand the value of education. And then you cannot have proper education without discipline. And then at assemblies, I always emphasize about discipline. And the principal can even attest to that. He always come and then and buttress on where I left about discipline. And then it's like discipline is key at Yunus English School. So we give chance to students who, as I said, who could not cope in other schools. We give them that chance. And then in most cases, it turned out to be a success story for us.
Yeah, that's where I was coming, trying to point out. Like, I mean, you have been evaluating at the end how this goes to be the results at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Those people are people who end up coming out with promising results.
And then it's like we see an evolvement in them. They evolve from that in disciplined state to become very disciplined students. Yes.
And I think, Mr. Principal, that is exactly the role of a school and teachers. You know, sometimes admitting people who have made mistakes or admitting people who have dropped a bit down academically and then building them up to be better people. Those are supposed to be the best schools, because that is what a school is meant for. It's a second home. So I believe in Yunus English School that opportunity is there, where we try to make sure that second chance is given to some of these students, and then as attested by the vice principal, some of these people end up being one of the best in the school. That's a good point, and I believe that is like something that every school should look up to. Yeah, Madam Miss Sanyang. Miss Sanyang, we know also the environment. In every setup, the environment is key. I think even the studio here, like, is conducive. That's why we're having a very nice program here. So how is the environment at Yunus? How conducive it is, looking at the structures and everything that it entails? Because that is also, how to call it, a point some parents consider when they are admitting their students. A healthy environment is key and is sacrosanct to a good learning, to the learning of the kids.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ba, for that question. Like you said, environment is very necessary when it comes to teaching and learning. So when it comes to Yunus English School, I think the environment there is fitting for learning and teaching. Because if you look at the classrooms to begin with, the classrooms are very standard, and then the learning facilities, that is from the structures, the furnitures, etc., are very standard and are well equipped for students' comfortability. Outside the classroom also, you look at other structures like the toilets, the school environment itself. It's very conducive because students have their classrooms, and then from their classrooms they have a market where they can go and buy their food, their break, and then go back to their class without any interruption. So students don't have to leave Yunus English School campus to go outside, and then just because they want to use some restrooms or because they want to make good use of some structures. No. So everything within the campus, the environment is well structured and then very clean and then tidy, fit for students' comfortability. So in terms of other offices like the staff room, yes, teachers can sit and then prepare their lessons. We don't need to sit outside in Yunus English School to prepare our lessons or to do some of our work as teachers. So the environment there, when it comes to structures, is well equipped for both teachers and then students from ECD to grade 12. We do not have any problem in terms of environmental sanity or in terms of environmental structures. So everything is well standard for teaching and learning.
That's a good point. Especially, I mean, looking at the food, the vendors, because, you know, food is something that is very sensitive. And then, I mean, as much as students, when they enter, they are not allowed to leave. I hope that, I mean, you have very good vendors who are, you know, up to standard and then giving the best of foods to the kids.
Yes. In terms of buying and selling at this school, I think the school is doing extremely well because we have a committee that is responsible for the vendors. So we make sure that the food that are being sold at the school campuses are very well up to standard and then do not have to give students the trouble. Yeah, because we believe that food is something that is very important, and students, of course, during break would need something to eat. So once we are able to that are coming to sell the food, then I think that curbs the problem of not having unhealthy food or something else that has to do with the students directly.
These statements will make parents to be very comfortable, so as, I mean, to send their kids, because some parents are very much conscious about what their kids takes in food. I mean, especially looking at, I mean, the school operates from 8 to 2 o'clock. You talk about the classroom, they are very conducive. I know by 12:01 it used to be very hot. How is that about? Fans are, I mean, provided that place is tiled and whatsoever. That's...
Yes, the classes have ceiling fans, so 1 p.m. we don't have troubles, except if Nawek disappoints. But once Nawek don't disappoint, we do not have problems in the classroom with regards to the heat or whatever. Yes. So I think we have ceiling fans to keep us comfortable in the school. Like I said, when it comes to Yunus, perfection is our priority. So anything that is going to make the environment very conducive and then prepare our minds and body for learning, I think Mr. Yunus is working towards ensuring that those are put in place, so that at least students that are coming in, as we prepare them to become future leaders of tomorrow, we are also preparing their minds when it comes to standards and perfection as well.
I know you will not joke with food yourself, because you are a Jola, and then
yes,
food is something that they don't joke with.
So that's not a problem.
That's very good. You heard that. The classrooms are well structured. The ventilation is fine. They are provided with still ceiling fans. in case of it is hot, unless she said if NAWIC fails, and I believe NAWIC will not fail us. Or if they do, then the provider will get us a standby generator so as we can have the fan. So anyway, thank you so much for that deliberation. Back to the principal, Mr. Tabali. Yunus operates, has three schools, and then like we understand that there is a boarding school. So which among the three schools is where the boarding is, and what can you tell people about the boarding?
Yeah, basically Yunus is operating in two other branches different from Busumbala. Busumbala is the parent school, so we have Yunus English School Annex Go-To, and then sending warmest greeting to the principal, Mr. Jallo, and the rest of the senior management team and the teachers. Likewise in Sarapate, the principal and the teachers, we sending the warmest greeting to you from Star TV. Yeah, this is all about the interest that we have in heart for the younger generation of this country. We also decided not to stop at the day school, but to the boarding. We understand that the environment here is very tempting. So sometimes there is a need for students to be in a boarding schools. There, everything is provided for them, ranging from food, good facilities for them, and then reinforcing teaching and learning. All those things are already established in the Yunus English boarding school in Sarapate. The boarding school is located in Sarapate. They have a wonderful, unimaginable facilities for the children. There, the child will learn effectively with the day students, and after that they have extra classes, and also religion impact of it is also important. Then therefore we also have ustazis in place that are also nurturing them in that religion and making them build up holistically, and the students will have that discipline. They will learn their religion and also the academic. So they are protected from that tempting environment, the environment that could distract them from teaching and learning for quality. So they also have activities like sport activities, because they are eating very good food, getting fat. So it's important that they also have Saturday and Sunday sport activities in order to balance that in their body, so they will not just grow without health. So we look into all these things. We at boarding school, the control, the security aspect of it is uncompromised, and these students are safe. They have a safe environment for learning, and also we create that avenue for them also to play. So we are admitting students from a nursery level as low as 3 years. We are admitting them to the nursery 1, and they can be part of that boarding. And then as far as the system is concerned, we got the nation covered. So you can start from nursery 1 at the Yunus English School up to your completion at senior secondary school. You don't need to move to another school, because we have everything from nursery school education to senior secondary school education. It's a comprehensive school, and the activities are also very human friendly, because you look at it, we also create that environment for the younger ones, because for them they cannot learn without playing. So they have all the facilities around. As far as their cognitive development is concerned, it always takes place during social interaction. So those younger ones have that avenue for them to play around, and because that's part of their cognitive development, psychomotor, and also the affective. These are the 3 domains of education. So we have all these things in place for them. We make sure that our students with the boarding have exceptional opportunities. Exceptional opportunities that will make them all-rounded person in the future. Yeah, thank you so much.
That's good. I was very much attentive, especially in the area of security.
Yeah.
Because these are kids that are sent from different homes, so the security is very important. And I love hearing the word that it is paramount and then it is uncompromised. Yes, and then the boarding, as he stated, is in Sarepate. So also, like he have elaborated with regards to, having from ECD to grade 12. So is this implies in all the 3 schools from ECD to grade 12, or some schools are coming up?
It implies in all 3 schools. When we set holistically, we don't leave any stone unturned. So we are implementing what is basically structured in Busumbala. Yeah, that foundation is Busumbala, is the reflect of Kotu and also the reflect of Sarepate. Because all these boarding ideas, everything started at Busumbala. But because of now the higher enrollment, we cannot accommodate students on boarding in that area. So we have to shift it to the other side. Yeah, so that's why we have it in Sarepate. I know with time we have to build it somewhere else, because Sarepate also the enrollment is increasing by day. The same thing to Kotu. Yeah, but I know with time we will still expand our tentacles as far as the boarding school is concerned to different catchment areas. So there will be a time that boarding facility also will be at the doorstep of every young Gambians. Yeah, so our thinking is always big. The dream is always big. And then there is a plan that we also want, if our children learn from our nursery to senior secondary school, and also different domains that they going to pursue, being the science department, being the humanities, or also the business, we will also create a job avenue for them. So there will be a time our own students will also serve in our higher institutions, and whereas they have their everything, we build them up and they serve us at a very higher level. So where like our training in them, they also will come back and serve us at different areas. So Yunus, is having a big dream to expand in a way that our own nurses will come and serve us in our own hospital. You understand? So our own lawyers also will serve us in that domain, and also those in the business sectors will also serve us in our accounting department, in our business department, and all other sectors, discipline areas. So all these are dreams. So when we want to serve the nation, we want to do it all roundedly. Yeah. So but it's step by step. But as far as senior secondary education is concerned and basic education is concerned, we got the nation covered. You enroll in nursery 1, you have it all to grade 12. So it's like that.
As far as basic and senior secondary education is concerned, Yunus got you covered.
Yeah.
That is from the principal. Thank you so much. That is very clear. Mr. Sano.
Yeah.
Sano, we understand contact hours is never a problem at Yunus English School. But then no matter how fast your horse is running, you still have to add more lashes on it. So do you have remedial classes, and then ties these camping issues for the examination classes 9 and 12? How do you people come about that?
Yeah. At the Yunus English School, we syllabus coverage is integral and is paramount in all our activities, all our teaching and learning activities. So it's like, even though contact hours are not a problem, but then we still make sure that we go that extra mile to make sure that students, some of the topics or some of the lessons that are covered in the class are built upon in the remedial classes. That is, we do have remedial classes that is from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Okay, and then that is maybe at the beginning of the academic year. As time goes by, then we make sure that when exams are fast approaching, that for example WAS exams and GABEG exams, we try to engage the guardians and the parents of these kids, that because we know that social media is having a huge impact on these kids, and most of them are not using the social media effectively. Most of them are into TikTok videos and then other stuff that are irrelevant to their education. So we make sure that we engage the parents. Put to the parents that we all love these kids. The success of these kids are celebrated by all of us, not only them, their teachers and then the community at large. So having these students on camp will only, they will only prioritize their books. Okay, so we make sure that we make them believe that idea and then they buy into the idea. So we camp these students. I think the past academic year, we started it in December. I think we have students, especially the grade 12, we had them on camp for 6 good months. Okay, and then we've learned a great deal from this camping, because most of our success is based on having the students on camp. Okay, and most of the 9 credits, most of the 8 credits, most of the 7 credits are from the students that are on camping. Okay, so we have seen the, I think this is the 4th year that we are camping the students. So we have seen the impact of camping. So we don't only stop at remedial classes, but then we have them on camp. Okay, we sometimes some parents who are very concerned about the security of their students, they will ask, so how do you make sure that the students are secure at the school? The principal is sitting right in front of me here. Yeah. The principal will make sure that each kid have their lessons on the camp classes before he will go back to his house. He'll make sure that these kids are attended to until the time that is set for them to go back to their beds, and then we'll ask them to go back to their beds, and then we have senior teachers who are overseeing the whole camping process. It's not that we have our junior teachers who are in charge of no, we have our senior teachers, and then the principal together with me and other senior teachers will make sure that these camping classes are effective. So, and then it has yield dividends. So we don't only stop at remedial classes, but we also make sure that we have camp for them. And then, as I said earlier, most of our 7 credits, our 8 credits, our 9 credits are realized by the students that are on camping. So we go that extra mile to make sure that these students are attended to properly. And then we have almost all the core subjects, that is the English, maths, and then civic, and then the core of each of the streams, that is the art streams, the commerce, and then the science. So these are some of our secrets. We are sharing them with the public, so we want them to come and join us. Let them come and patronize, let them come and experience what is at Yunus English School, what Yunus English School is offering. It's like we know that we are all Gambians. We know that the other schools only rely on the creams of other schools. But then at Yunus English School, we turn people from bad to good students. Bad students who didn't do well in their Gabeke exams, we bring them on board, we nurture them, we train them, we mold them. And then at the end of the day, they graduate with 5 credits, they graduate with 6 credits. Okay, so I think that is only possible at Yunus English School. Yes.
Yeah. That's a good strategy, and then it's a secret.
Yeah, it's a secret that we are sharing with them.
Exposed. The secret is exposed, but then
yes,
that's not a big deal.
Yeah,
it's the experience is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if others copy the way we do it,
yes, will be different from
the different.
Yes.
That's fine. This is like a good strategy. It's all geared towards helping these students to realize their dreams, because that's what parents want at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You spend on your child, and then the results comes out. It pays off.
Yeah.
You will never be discouraged. You will be proud of yourself, and then the child that you have given that opportunity. And then we at the school also, we are always proud, very proud. If we are not doing better, we would have not been here. We have been doing very well. That's why we are here. We can go anywhere and talk about Yunus English School.
Yeah.
So, Miss Sanyang, internal exams are very key. They are a yardstick to determine or to make a gauge about what the students gonna do in the final exams, especially for the international exam, that is the WAS, and then the national exam, the Gabeshi. I mean, how important do Yunus English School take these internal exams, the termly exams, the assessments, and so forth?
Thank you very much once again, Mr. Ba. I think when it comes to exams, it is something that teachers are always ready to embrace, because this is when we know how far we've gone with our students, in terms of syllabus coverages, etc. How far our students have understood what we taught them in class. So when it comes to internal exams, we don't take it as a joke when it comes to Yunus English School, because this is where we determine how far our students can also go. This is where we determine where we need to adjust as teachers, and then what we need to do to ensure that our students are prepared for the external and then the national exams respectively. So when it comes to internal exams, we ensure that we are fully prepared right from the questioning to the day of exams, and then to cover it up as planned. So this will avail us the opportunity to interact with our students through their papers, to know where we need to work on them as a team. Now, in terms of these internal exams also, aside from the school, it also prepares our students better, because we understand that there are different schools that are sitting to these international and national exams. So interacting with your students through your own internal exams at your school level will also gear up and then prepare them, give them the opportunity to also be ready for those international and then those national exams. So this is why at our own level at Yunus English School, we do not take this as a joke. It is as serious to us as when it comes to international and national exams. That is why we put in all efforts to ensure that these exams are administered perfectly, and then there is no cause for alarm, and then there is no delay in terms of readiness to ensure that some of these things are put in place, because this is where we believe we can know our stance, and then this is where we believe we can pick it up to prepare for these subsequent exams that lies ahead. So basically, in terms of internal exams, I think we have all the necessary materials, all the necessary effort, and then the strategies put in place to ensure that we administer it successfully, to avail us the opportunity to prepare for better and then subsequent exams ahead.
Thank you so much. That's a good point. Internal exams are meant to gauge the students, prepare them, evaluate, and see where the lapses are, and then build up on those things. They said failure to plan is planning to fail. In Yunus English School, we plan to avoid failures. That's good. So far, so good. Once again, viewers of Star TV, this is Yunus Hour that comes your way every Sunday from the hours of 10 to 11. So we'll get into the national languages, so as our people can also get to hear us and what we have in Yunus English School. Bari mal lamorlal ni juberlal Star TV, Star Radio, ko nga fale nyami Yunus Awalem nin kanali dimas o dimas, kabo talantan na kata talantan ning clean. Talentan clean. I think I'm yes, good. So basically ngamin soda jang woni Yunus awati mbe kachaka no angale kangola sanyi mbe dunna na manika kangola anin surwa kangola isaje ko lamo la mi yalon ko buga angale moy français ku moyno wala se ko no mimbe den Yunus English School ang bi mbe jang nin principal mi mo Mr. Lamin Tabaliti anin vice principal Mr. Sano, anin teacher mi mo civic teacher di Madam Mariama Esanya, anin fango English teacher an Allah host bi musaba. Mr. Principal, be kacha kan nga kacha dati karomin na wala mi be dending Yunus ka karang lod la jelela tilo kono fo dun yalan karang dol bije ka ke somandali dol ka ke wularo Yunus dun ka ke wati jumal anin fana nyin karang mi be denne wularo nin somanda ay mun nafa dale soto anu kata ko liya jumal le bije mi be denne o kola
abaraka bake Musa amela bide binna kacha be jamfara do manding wato dita molla binni molbe kacha no la fo 11:30 inshallah bi be kacha bitala bita fo 11:30 e nyini karo ke bunda men akumata bake ko mi nga fono angale kan wala nyame nga wato lebije ni nga korosna banko kanjang dinol kata karambol do e bajela wadol suwo kono dol ba fule dol kata somandale dol ba fula hani dol kata tilbulol la wo somanda karawne wo tilbula karaw wala we karambu jamalto bari dol la karambu to wo mantarije mina atinna makije folo na karambu suro da fengol menna wol bebe mbulu jelem na class wol sotole menu siata mentara men siata class talulti busumbala damayo sotole andung wakati nale na sudunole menu minala ibe sekum andung amanje ko kajuru maklaso konole nyala me alon ko ase mulu njawe ya wala ase bata dadi teacher la pour ko be karandi so nka ntolka na men na sula ko wol mum menu tin ka jela ko wol be tarije andum fanan mol men minala nan Yunus English School karam la fol fanan sen na fasoto baron to lol lon kam bulol mu nginedi dindingo dindin nata Yunus karam la ay karan soto a betema karan memba na fala andun kolke fonse bula ko le no men so keno so ku men belare wo nyama wala nan to la karam bongo don ka karam kuma so mandala kata fo talam fula bika ulara karam kije because nin ko be ulara karam kije o be men sabula wolom na montoro waro men so do pour ka karam abo talal kanto ni na dinol nada domina la ularo dinol yilte karam na fo talam fula dol memina na ularo wolte o montoro wato sotola so wala atine kaje karam bongol men ya lonko yeñi wati fulo solo karam la wol fo ise jijuna ida ebe jila talankilina la wala talankilinga nin tala pour ñu ndol men fanan kanana baro ito ka bodame wala kana dum wold so o wato kono o dindol fanan men mina na wularo it now o wato sotala pour ka karam a nyama wala to yanta wala bol men be kala pour yo wol beke ay janni exam be sila ya yo be karam o buka keno so ntole wolle je ngaje ko min ko bitala so mandani wularo abina dinno wala karamo nyin talale wato nanka mo men yanda kamen karayt na wo soto nola so ku membe wo nyama nata kaje ko ntolde antole dan so manda damma kabo so manda talanse kata fo talam fula ni ngo karandi karambo ngo jita dinno fanan men ye so tarol so do le man fendol fahamo to mo tica be karandi kam o wato fanan yeyin free time o men so do ni wato me alon ko e mantari fenna kabo talam fula fukata fo janni ngi ba fula wularo ise tical jeno ise hakilol bulandi ko wala yino tan menula wala ye mistake ko menu soto wala mo sotar bundal menu soto ise hakilol bulandi wala wol fanan so fami wato fananta ka dindingol fanan kela hakilol yiri wandi baro karamo mandan ka fuka londo damma di dindingola ika hakilo fanan yiri wandile yake mo fananti me alonko afanana miro nyi se fanu ala mira alo mira fano o fanan ka mako ile saje ko min duniya wol wori nyul lon kan wala kan na wulal menu kam mako m fanan ngenta ka kata karam bongo e saje sama nol ke ba tan defana sina ko wol mako kaje ko bi mudi ndongol tide bar sama defana be kala alfatile so nyul be mu kolle din kadi nol karan dum menula e saje sina kay nyim banko na falati hani fo duniya baro e danna jandama nin dingo kende yata abukala banko dama nafa akata banta be nafal so kol bol nyama nata jibe ko be Yunus English School de ndolde kala ko min school dol be nyamen kata morning afternoon wala so mandat yani wulara karam o bat na di nol be tarra korontoring pour yi jole finti ngi dol memina wol yedum ti telefonande wato so tele ke fonyon ding wol be talla batari mo me karandiro e kabrin so manda fo talam fula ena fo ko denche o fane a choki kabo talam fula fanan kada fo talam woro andin tala ni men ko abo kala atna wonola bawo to janyim fana muharama dingoldi so atna wonola so o batar fana wato men na ularam kol mina bol karandela batara batata sain min do bala konko bala atna wo kala no wala ba kala fana hana ba kala abalo betar batari sino bala ase wato men tano ay dindongol karandi ya faham atna wo keno la fereng so wala atina Yunus English School ntole nyine ken na hambe koti kaje ko dindi nada nga wato diala ay karango memba na fala sama musaba amira wayla wo kumola
jabiro ni
sala
jabiro ni seniat an nga lamor lal fanan e fahamuro ke kumonyi na kendeke hani bi ni sitan na vice principal kan Mr. Sano nga kalamu dale ko wala ngal jele ko dindingol manya wala kuluro be nyame banko kan wado bije abala fawartan ikaje karamo dinnol kanaje wade kamanya jaw balke nke je social media dan ka moy bankon kaje suwol kono ak kew nyam fana skuloro ñun amam dulabula abdullah belto ko isa fono mol dol ka fo jamanolem bari so bi ko kurul nyallem so bari yalon karandir lawo ika karandiro ke pour ka londo ke mo kunka anin fana ka jiko ka daji ka kendo ka kono atol Yunus mimbe maralal anin karandal alka wo dindin sifal manan ko nyaade le skuloro mimbe dendin kulurola kola anin daji ka jawli ka milnati na wadol bije
yo misaba hapana ke ro nyini garo o kumaya badale comme be ngalo nyami amange kana damande nyin dunya balu fonko no ite fen sodo no la nin imon kulu fen kende aje mo bulu alonko kulu la sayama londo damman bika fen simo londo ka se bari ni la londo mantal lorin kulu kan o fen nyin han ya soto abike nafa andate mele bulu so at Yunus English School ndel no kulu prioritize bakel comme dindiwul min kana karam muñino la je dol ila alfal se dandan nang ina karam muñino dol ida mol se comme ila alfal sa fa alfal ndela fakata Yunus le ida mol ye fon sama nanje bari ni min hani min fon man ida man ina alfa man nga make sure ka tandila ko dan del bi ka dinding admin min nal alfa man na so ina alfa binale and then nga make sure di bota school min fanando nga long ila kulu be tembe da min to karam mo o kuma ya batal ba because ne dindingol ta ye sama ila karam mo aboda karam mundo minto imam wala imalong abedun je nyami askeno wo karam odin karam dindingo niat sama ila karam asine bulo fade abon nga make sure nga long abakaram mu follow minto abe nyenya dile so nga make sure fana alfa e samanan ila wulula o be alfa marani alfa bulo we samanan karam mudo janimbe enroll la so nga make sure ka tandi o alfa fana na ko karamo de comme alfa item alfa yalo nyami ko karamo bika ibika fenso don karamo to kuluo te dami fo kuluo te tara karamo ko na fenso doje so ngo alfa fana sindile ngo ni o kacha ka tandi ko ndel damande dinum kuluno la bo kuluo be so kono le abe karamo fana ndel ben na kato dawo kelal bo bidun su kono ko fana se ibulo lankang ye makoy so wo discipline record ni nga make sure ngo long nga long dinum nyimbe nyami sa long nin dinum fana bita nyami kadon ne dini jamani ka karamu iba fle misasano nkata la bakel nga make sure le comme because ndele internal manager so nga make sure le dindi jama bi nga long ila kulu be tembo minto comme ibara karamu na tan karamu be nyaadile so dindi wol fanan nga kem fon kan jutiti pour nge engage so ndanke katandi la ko karamu le nafa soto to nyale sometimes aka kolale do dindi wol lem ni be macho kan sometimes kulu bali adol ka dula ko but then still ndel mimla alfa di karamu still we have that go munyo ni sabaro soto still ke engage so at the end of the day wo dindi dol mi ko so dining in discipline record bonang in comme kulu bali abonang karamu ndol wala ka ji sometimes ikaka yindi kenda baldi so at Yunus English School ndel bika fo fara yindi karale ko ma man kulu ni karamu ndol ndel ke be samanan ba comme nga fo nyami ndoro mbika nga make sure nga ngela record long so nga jibembe ma ko non nyami pour que falling yeke moldi sama mimbe na fala ba comme ningel ngamboyto comme karam ndole bori nyandal fana ngamboyto sa laban wala ba dinala ban nasilo le kan dinala ban nasilo kan ni laban do silo kan ite mo na fala ite alfal na fala ite mo na fala so ani Yunus English School ndel ga make sure discipline to nyala mbika compromise bon ga make sure hata ye indiscipline record so karam nyata del ga make sure nge mold nge dada nge ke mo kendo ti miyanko sa be kele productive citizen word at Yunus English School ndel ka wala nyama
adon wolen karande lala nafati karande lamo jikka fali naldi ni man jiko falin wala ye jika do yemin trato ya ma ko ni kende male ase sabati isaja ni woy men o mu ku kende balte because ya mi fo nyamen nin ite atol e boato karamu dole ye boato e murtata silo kan ite labanna kake nafa baldronde bari se toro man toro no fanan nati mole anim banko e o duntina betala so nga lamoy lale o moyle Yunus English School di no keda nyaaw nya karanir lal ning maral lal ka make sure ko e dino ma koy fase ke fendi soma ko ya jele fanan ko wo budinin sifa ni nata ni ma koy foy falinta e kana ke dinu mi yanko ning resource kende bari ka ji ka kata bake so Yunus English School ye wala sotale je sa nyimbita surwa kanto jandu nga jola sa ñanka surwa kam moy basen mo jola be fa dega olof nak ko jangi olof ok suma mbokki déggat yi olof ak laakat yi olof yi ñun leen waa Yunus English School ñoo fi teewaat tey dimanche bii nii te ñu leen ko dee defal dimanche bu nekk di fi dee ñëw di waxtaane mbiri Yunus maa ngi nii fii ak suma paneliste yi suñu principal bi ak vice principal bi ak tamit maa ngi fii ak jigéen bii nii moom tamit teacher la si school bi dañ bëgg a waxtaan si olof nga gis ne luñ fi kàddu buñ fi wax si anglais ak si soose déggati olof yi tamit mën nañ si dégg xam ne lan lañ am Yunus English School lan lañ dee def ak naka lañ dee jàppale xale yi ba ñu nekk dara ëllëg madame Mariam Sanyang naa ko dooree yow nag di nga answer all the questions yoo xam ne dañoo la jugaay laaka si soose yaa ñu ko answer si olof nañ ko njëkkee dooree ak mbiri school bi xam nga am nañ school yoo xam ne dañoo dem suba dem ngoon wante tamit gëstu am na si loolu ne dem suba dem ngoon yeneen saa yi daf day am ay gàllankoor loom na lu ñu yaakaar du dee mën a demee noonu bëgg nañu xam Yunus English School yéen seen school bi suba ak ngoon la wala suba lekk la te tamit loolu gàllankoor yu nekk si dem suba ak dem ngoon yoon lal moo si nekk pour waajur yi mën a xam ne lan moo nekk si school yoo xam ne dañoo dem suba ak ngoon ak lan la différence la am ñun Yunus English yoo xam ne suba rek la ñoo dem su dee loolu moo fa nekk.
jërëjëf Moussa Ba mbokk yi ñoo seetaan Star TV ñu ngi leen di nuyu ku nekk sa tur ak sa sant di leen dalalaat si suñ beneen programme bu ñoo wax Yunus fii si Star TV boole ko sa ndekte bu nga def ni maanaam affaire school bi nu ñoo demee soo demee Yunus English School benn shift lañ fa am mooy suba rek la ñoo dem ñu wàcca 2 o'clock ndax Moussa boo seetee tamit li nga xamante ne ni mun nga koo def ñaari yoon si bés dina am ay tolof tuuti ndax boo seetee tamit xale ñu fa dee dem jànga soo demee suba nga wàcca 2 o'clock mun ngaa ñibbi si kër gi nga noppaleku am li nga toppatoo yéen nga mun a prépare tamit pour ëllëg nga ñëwaat school teacher yi tamit ñu nekk foofu noonu di jàngale suba ba 2 o'clock ñoom tamit mun nañoo noppaleku ñu mun a am doole mun a jàngaat prépare ñoom tamit seen boppa ak seen binday lesson yi pour ëllëg su ñëwee ñu mun a continuer léegi dangaa gis ne school buy daw double shift quality bi dafa wàcc because teacher yooyu noonu ñuy jàngal suba ñoo nekk teacher yooyu noonu ñuy ñëw jàngalaati xale ngoon te su loolu su amee teacher yi foog ñu soona foog ñu xiif te fu mu nekk ni dañoo jàngal rek because dañ dee gis school si yu bari ñi nga xamante ne ni ñu ngi am afternoon shift su ñoo wax dëgg ba di wax dëgg dañoo gis ne afternoon bi du dee effectif maanaam jànga bu baax du dee am foofu noonu because suba soo jàngalee suba ba 2 o'clock obviously dangaa soon as a teacher léegi yow soo soonee xale yi tamit suñ ñëwee doo mën a jàngale waat gars yi comme ñi nga jàngalee waat ñu nekkoon si suba so loolu moo tax Yunus English School comme que ñun si wàllum lu baax rek la ñoo yëngu seet nañ ne xale ñu jànga depuis suba ba 2 o'clock ñu waaja su ko defee suñu waajee ñi nga xamante ne nii mënuñoo understand mënuñoo jël dara si biir classe bi maanaam si boori lesson yi ñu leen jàngal mun nañoo am time pour meet seen studies teacher yi ñu mun leen a jàppale ñu gën koo understand ak tamit mun nañoo am free time pour def seen individual learning ndax learning bi jànga bi emul si classroom bi kese xale su génnee si classroom bi am na right boobu noonu am na droit boobu noonu pour jànga bu nga xamante ne mun na koo jëriñ fekk teacher bi nekkul foofu keneen nekkul foofu ku koo jàppale soo seetee Yunus English School pour ñu am lu baax si xale am lu baax si teacher bi te am lu baax si réew mi bi moo tax ñu ne xaaral ñu operate suba ba 2 o'clock ñu MC waxtu yu des yooyu noonu mun nañ koo jël développe suñ boppa as teachers développe suñ boppa as students yi ñu mun a relax tamit prépare suñ boppa pour ëllëg tamit suñ ñëwee jànga bi mun a effectif te mun a am qualité ndax Yunus qualité rek la moo yëngu lu dul qualité bokkul.
that's good loolu baax na lool te xam naa déglukat yi ak seetaankat yi dégg nañ kàddu bi leer na set na ne Yunus English School suba rek la ñëw jàngale amul jàngale ngoon bi dafa nekk jàngale boo xam ne studies la ak yooyu noonu wante double shift amul fa benn shift la ñu operate bu Sumbaala Kootu ak Saare Paate yëpp dégg ngeen Mariama nu mu ko waxee. Mariama bi léegi naa dellu si yow xam nañ ne léegi comme si jamono buñ toll nii ñàkk yar baa ngi bari te ñu ngi dégg yu bari yoo xam ne xale yaa ngi leen a def xale yi ñu dem jàng yoo xam ne kenn foogul ne xale dina def yooyu noonu te tamit lii nag bàyyut fenn mu ngi fi yëpp mu ngi si place yëpp. yéen Yunus English School naka ngeen dee manager xale yooyu noonu nga gis ne suñ ñëwee even bu ñëwee ak jikko yooyu noonu naka ngeen a jàppale gaay ba change gaay wala suñ ñëw de jikko yooyu naka ngeen a jàppale gaay ba ñoom duñ bokka si jikko yooyu noonu because bu naree am dafa am ay problème yu bari yu moo ko si dëkk bi si xale yi si boppam ak si waajur yi so yéen Yunus naka ngeen dee toppatoo loolu jàppale xale yi noonu si jikko yooyu noonu yuñ dee dégga muy am si dëkk bi.
Moussa foog naa suñ toogaay bu njëkk bi fii nii waxoon naa ne soo seetee jàngalekat yi mooy teacher yi ay waajur lañ ndax xale bu jógee si kër bi waxtu bu moo def si school bi ak teacher yi def day bari torop soo seetee loolu noonu teacher yi ay waajur lañ ñi nga xamante ne war nañoo bokk si yar bi dëgg la students yi léegi nii maanaam xale yi am nañ jikko yu bari jikko yi nga xamante ne nii maanaam duñ ko dee jëlee si kër bi sax ñeneen si mbedda bi lañ ko dee for àndaale ak moom si school waaye Yunus dafa nekk place boo xamante ne soo ñëwee foofu noonu dañ dee make sure ne ñu jéem a laajte jéem a lijjanti yow school bu nga jógee balaa ngaa ñëw si Yunus School ndax dafa am solo torop ñeneen ñi def day tax ne jikko bu bon moo leen génnee si beneen school ñëw seet ok xaaral ma dem Yunus ñoom dinañ ma jël soo ñëwee foofu noonu ñun tam dañ dee def lu ñoo wax background check dañoo make sure ne ñu seet fu ma jógee jéem a laajte sa mbir foofu noonu balaa ñu laa enroll si school bi te su ñoo def loolu dafa fekk ne am nga waajur ak ki nga xamante ne ni sa guardian la mooy sa ki la nekk di yar to make sure ne kooku tamit dafa nekk foofu noonu balaa ñu laa enroll dëgg la nit mutut mun ngaa am jikko bu baax mun ngaa am jikko bu bon waaye soo seetee ne comme suma vice principal bi nu mu waxee beneen school su la bañee ñun tamit ñu bañ la dañ dafa mel ne yow ëllëg doo nekk nit ku nga xamante ne dangaa jëriñ suñu société bi doo nekk nit ku nga xamante ne dangaa am jëriñ si sa bopp ak suñu réew mi bi loolu moo tax soo ñëwee duñ la dee bañ waaye dañ lay make sure ne ñu jël la ñu dimbale la si bépp faana ba ñu gis ne yow sa jikko boobu noonu changé nañ ko nga am jikko bu baax bu nga xamante ne ni ëllëg di nga njëriñ sa bopp am njëriñ ñi nga xamante ne ni ñoom ñoo la gën a jege loolu gis nañ ko lu bari most of the people ñi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo dee ñëw si students yi ñi nga xamante ne am nañ jikko bu baax at the end of the day suñ demee ba mu yàgga ñoom ñoo dee ñëw am a very good academic performance mooy ñoom seen jàng bi daf dee gën a yokku fekka seen jikko buñ amee am na kuñ soxla rek pour mu dimbale leen gars yi dem si gars yi mun a changer tuuti rek pour ñu mun a bokk si ñu yar yi am na ñeneen tamit seen jikko bi du dee nekk li nga xamante ne ni dañ ko tey def day tax condition moo waa dee tax ñu dee am jikko yu bon yooyu noonu soo su ñëwee Yunus English School ñun dañ dee def all possible means ñu waxtaan ak xale bi indi waajuram bi ñu meeg soo ne ñu try pour xam lu tax jikko bi mun a am suñ xamee loolu noonu dañ lay war a xam ne fan la ñu war a taxaw pour jàppale xale bi suñ ko def su ko defee jikko bi mu wàññi ko te eventually dañ dee mën a gis ne ñëpp ñu dee ñëw ñu ne kii ko bu bon kii bandi la kii dugg na fi génn na fale ñoom ñoo dee nekk students yi ñu nga xamante ne nii dañ dee try si exam ñeneen ni soo wanee gars seen paper diw moo nekk ni dañ dee wane diw de léegi changé na waaw xale loolu la soxla loolu moo tax Yunus ñun dañ ubbi suñ loxo yi pour welcome xale yi pour gis ne ëllëg ñu dimbale xale yi ñu nekk ñoo xamante ne dañoo njëriñ seen boppa njëriñ seen dëkk bi te njëriñ seen réew mi bi in general
kaddu boobu seet na te leer na comme nu mu ko waxee daal Yunus English School ñoom daal duñu bàyyi dem dañoo jël taxawaay boo xam ne dañoo transform xale yi because loolu mooy njëriñi school ak jàngale school dafa jàngale def xam-xam def jikko si nit am na jikko yoo xam ne comme noo ko duñu leen dee tey soo nga school bi dafa war a taxaw bi gis ne nañoo jàppale ba changé jikko yooyu noonu xale yooyu noonu ëllëg ñu nekk dara because bu school bi yeneen school yi sandee gaay school bi sandee gaay fu ñoo dem mooy si mbedda bi te mbedda bi na school bu bon la waaw mbedda bi school bu la boo xam ne daf dee garaaw de waaw daf dee garaaw trop so thank you so much bàyyi ma waxaa suma mbokki poli ñoom tamit ñu dégg tuddi si kàddu bi yes on jaarama onon nanoɓe pulaar haaloɓe pulaar ko minen Yunus English School garoɓe ɗo dimanche fofe dimanche ko immorta waktuji sappo ha waktuji sappo e goho e programme witeɗo Yunus Awa ko simin gari ɗo komin waktata ko woni ko abbite kulle Yunus English School pour andingo jentintoɓe ɓe daroɓe ne Yunus English School hokomin jogui toon hono min jarata e sukaɓe hono jangde nde yaari toon hande e programme min baktidi ɗo ko abbiti ko heewi wono ɗo wonde vice principal amo he principal amo he wono ɗo wonde civic teacher men min komi yite Moussa Ba minne komi teacher Yunus English School te min watta host o programme ɗo Yunus English School ko idi komin waktidi ɗo woni ko abbiti he waktuji ɗi min janggata ɗi wonne Yunus min janggat ko yite ko morning shift woni ko subaka jangde nde watta ko sa ndaari nder leydi e waɗi school janɗa ɓe janggat subaka ɓe janggat kikiɗe kono minen ko subaka jangde min mbatta ha dartinama ne jangde subaka nde ɓuri dañ doole jangde subaka he kikiɗe because sa ndaari janginowo subaka si yi yokkontin jangina kikiɗe goɗɗe ko ɓuren he ko tampare wonata hen te neɗɗo hen ko neɗɗo tan neɗɗo koko tampata neɗɗo wona machine so waɗi minen Yunus English School woni mo busumbala o mo kootu hemo saare paate fof ko hunde wattande woni toon woni ko subaka men jangata ko immori waktuji jeetati ha waktuji ɗiɗi min jippo aya sukaɓe dañat time noɓe mbaɗiri study noɓe hono poftori ticcaji ne wawa wadde prépare pour jaye ñalngu tegotongu hen noɓe mbawi jangguinde jangde régla ɗum min mbatta Yunus te ko eltine ha aset men jangata eltine ha aset dimanche min poftoto so wonani yigo eltine ha eljuma aset sukaɓe jaaha studies ala minen studies o koko tawa hen normal jangde ko ɗum anda koko tawa hen wonane ko sukaɓe wele ɓe jaaha walla wasa yaha non koko anda ɓe jahat toon aset koko normal jangde he ko abbiti he ɗon min baktidi e kulle needi andi jangino ko gandal he needi watta e sukaɓe he te en dartinamane joni nder leydi he walla jamanu no yimɓe mbirtani woni needi koko usti en nana ko heewi ko abbite kulle subaka anda sukaɓe anda haltanoy ko walla wattane ko yettere Allah minen Yunus English School minen nomin mbaɗirta ni certe school eji goɗɗiɗi woni min pijirani kulle needi ɓayde needi gandal nga ala needi wona gandal ko gandal fuyga wonta so min darane waɗi sisuko ari pour nattugo school e ardate jibinaɓe ma te min darane an tawi ko a sostat immorgo school ɗo ko hoɗum taki awa sosta hoko waɗi pour sababu sostugo mago woni ne wonani tahani ne min goppat sukaɓe ɓe jara noon because jangguino a dañi mon responsibilité make sure ne sukaɓe anda ɓe gonani dañani jikku kendejo wecca sansa jikkuji maɓe ɗi si sukaɓe ngari anda jikkuji maɓɓe ɗi mbeyɗani min guetoto men dara min kiskito men dara koni probléme o min baktide jibnaɓe ha andane ɗumen mbawi darano suko ha min mbawa weccude suko ko darama ni ɓen sukaɓe ko ɓuuri en si ɓe ballama ɓe weccoto ɓe gona sukaɓe anda ko sukaɓe moƴƴuɓe ɓe jippode résultat ji moƴƴuɗi so minen Yunus English School min dartinto on ko fewi te min darton nden darde te min guetimane min becci ko heewi abbida sukaɓe anda ko sukaɓe anda ɓe jakaraka kono Allah waɗi hande ɓe goni sukaɓe anda ɓe dari e place monɗa ko place moƴƴuɗo so Yunus English School ko ɗum woni darde amen min becca sukaɓe gonaɓe sukaɓe moƴƴuɓe garɗuɓe jikkuji bondiɗi joguiɓe jikkuɓe min mbaɗa make sure ɓe continue ɗin jikkuji ha bimɓe ɓe wawa nafoore maɓe nafa jibnaɓe maɓɓe nafa leydi ndi ko sime school goɗɗo si haari sukaɓe minen min haari sukaɓe ko beddato ɓe bandita te beddaw ko school bonɗo te beddaw moƴƴani yakkat sukaɓe waɗane yakkat leydi ndi because ɓe potta yakkugo hoore maɓɓe ɓe gonat loraga e dow yimɓe goɓɓe e nder aduna he walla nder saare he so Yunus English School ɗum woni komin mbaɗanta mon ko te ko ɗum waɗi minen ɗo hande pour waktire gandonne komin mbatta ko school to ha mbawon noddu sukaɓe ɓe gara toon deɓene ɓe wawa naftorde onon mbawon jifnaɓe anda on beltoto kulle maɓɓe janggo good that was the full version.
Wow.
Yes. I know my people will get the message.
That's
good.
Powerful.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Principal. We'll come back to you again, same in the Mandinka dialect.
Yeah.
We understand that Yunus English School operate a boarding school. Comme ba foka nyambe murkam principal okang dale angale kan en samar. Mimbe dending lafa kacha boarding school la. Wala dinol min ka sabati school to. Kos nga kala mo Yunus ika dinol sabati di school to le. Wal katara je ni jite ke laje ila domorol ila everything katara je. Jama se la fe kalon woka ke nyaadile adun kolbe nyaadile je school dumale bo ke kan isaje ko jamal mi yalon ko intention shoto wala lafa fenke dingol nan isalo be lord lamintala ko wala ke ko ke nyaa
abarka bage Musa ilo nyinin kare nyima Yunus English School coming amanke luntanti na boarding school wala dinol men ka sabati karambo moto wo manke luntanti nyimbanko kan balo meta kelal men siada sanji woroti sign komi akuma sanu busumbala le bungol soto dindol ke la damen anila karandulal ila domol dulal ila bala boto nyo ila bala bo nyoto la dinkral ngani libe to poto anu dindol la tanko na tawo fananke kuti me alonko nga sula bak baro dindol bebul nyul be botanang kodal kono idaji kolu mankili ya ikenyal mankili ya ni wol sabati ndidula kling inata woke ifanana kordati kadu jelebe kele ifanana suwoti o fana manke kuti me yalon ko asone yata bari ntol nata fahamo soto baka ko konole kantum janimba kumasla mfana yenna kisi role kele kaje ko mi kadi ndol men sabati ndi karamo to babul ka fa boarding school akol ka kenya dile nata wolu be karang ollong nata bula ko kon ay scientente nyim banko kan ntollo mo angale karambum foloti na nyin kombo kono jang menu ka dindol sabatindi ila karambol to ka karanje ke laje ka domoro ke jela ko be ka tarije antolo mo wo angale karambum foloti nyim banko kan jang akol be ko masa busumbala le ko mi la mo real dol yalo nyamen ba sayin busumbala mo siyata nte wolte walla kuñal to kunnano busumbala wo kammala malla ka potuje fereng baro mol ben kol kan nga molle je nga dindol jele men ya lon ko mol men tambitan na nyim bodin school la alhamdulillah bitilo ila kol be nyamen alhamdulillah because ye kulu soto la nyama ye karan soto la nyama ina da ke mol dimi ya lon ko bitilo ibe fango nafa kan ibe banko nafa kan ibe la wulu la fan nafa kan ñing keta kuti me alon ko akata nafa ku bat ñim banko kan wala atin nan nata akul na la kunyal be sawndi sara pate dol ba fala jam weli afele madam Kunda Johnson ni modota madam Kunda Johnson ni tambita sibe karambo la dron isina futa ñin dinkirato na boarding school o bo woleto jeto mancha kan dindo la balu wala ka mendomo ka baluwo men domo ka jela ko ay ke baluwoti men ñiñata baluwoti men si bala jaato nafa asake molti men ya lon ko ase yiru wandi ay balol fanan ñin tembendi pour ñin kamala ko ela be karam men fanan ke kan so fanan soto no nyama kan tumbandin kol ko boto ken so bi ka lono ni ko dinde way karam konko bala woto kelano so waya tinna ela domoro ñinga o sula bak ila tanko fanan nato fanan sula katambi ko bel ba ne aje ulal be dingol dila na pour ngi sabati ni wor lado otula na takela ko da design so dindo wala tanko ni la clue wo anila karam o mu kuleti me along nko ko nyin tabake nka ko nyin mutabake o ko taranji sukungol aje ko na dindongol e balunya kendo soto o balunya kono isina jada kende ya fanon soto ya kendema o fanon kono isina karan fanon soto membe na fal andum man dino fanon na ko tuje na usasol fanon soto le men ka ngil fanon karandi la dino la usasol sina fanan ye salindi aransarol ning fitrol ning safol la o kamala fanan ila to ab karan fanan na ko membe kele ila stoditi muko fanan ko wol tuje ka jela ko indinde ngo dindi ngela londo tembe dabe dame ngalong ni ngela londo nyin tembe dalong sina ngi makoy ni la problème be dame ni english long wala mas long se mas sama na english je sama na ani nyung oda ko subject wol sol fanan sama na mena long ko wala long men ya long iku mayata bak pour isaje ate danna ko min eta classe ko no damma ka karan enen dindin dol se karan no nyo kan kabo talanse kata fo talan fula baro wo kola ni to le kontonte ko no fata ye fonyondi e fanan karandil usasol kana ke karandi masi cal fanan kana men kada si farold ani o ka fo angale kan karanal wol fanan bes na ye karandi so ni ngul be kata na dindin wala etolla luwolum kunyal katar larin wala nyama akatar larin wo wala da tembe dalato so wo kamala na dulal nata ke dulal damel to benta akada dulal ti dame yalo ni fata doron e yedinde wala sabatu dulal jibe imari fawon yo se sewo hana tari fawon nkoyo ko na fonko mu na jomu dala sitanne ita mari fawon se hame fawon ya ke dala sumu wandi kandu e ko wol menje ay nyaabo ay nyafa nata dindongol soto men ka bonan France men ka bonan Angleterre men ka bonan America e ke kinan kana na wo boarding school to nyim banko kan jam so ko membe wo nyama ndol mu champion wol di nyum ko kono nga londo soto na ta ko tenge na fahamo soto na ta meya kono so woketa kuti meya momo pareta dron ke dungo sambana na boarding school to be bismillah la nga dindongol ta men be hani sangi saba baro wol mu sangi saba ko ata dino nyedi amono ase afono konkole benna o nyine ben wolle ka tari na noziri karambu wala da foloto iga ko me buku killing ba noziri school e buku killing soto buku fula buku saba ena boto eta karambunto santon ko do même fanambe noziri school santo o fana dindol men kanaje iga ko dame fana buku killing soto fo buku woro ay ga faje primary school kadi nolu fananta boarding men ka tare primary school wala sanjo ka tare sanji worowla sanji sey kata o santo opa basic fana o fana mu karam do santon cold dame ya lon ko do wotu momen di nol balobe falinkan ya lon wotu mu aka kolea back di nol ni balobe falinkan wotu mo e fa sumang saje anko ma de saw ka ya manno o mo laale do tumo di balobe falinkan dron miro fana be falinkan so o di nol fana ko fana topotole isaje elo bala falngo ya ay nafa ay la mirol fanan to bendi ay ke multimedia alonko ila miro se wara isondo mo fana yirwa ngol fananta wol fanan ka tarim fejel wala sanjo ka tari sangi tanga nin samba kata o isan wawol ka me fana senior secondary school ngol fanantal men ya alonko wolum karambun santon code ni nata karam wala karolla wolum kam santon code grade 10 11 and 12 bukutan nin killing anim bukutan nin fula nko di nulu fanantal so akam do dronko ni ben to la bodin kesa karange no kabo nursery school kata fo grade 12 so amanja da yesa on kata la do so na bodin ngani be so tole na taka dandangol fanan na Senegal mun na cool de men ya lon kol ben jusu ko le kan kaje ko dindol men be karan kanje ibe tanka mo kana so taro so so boarding school Yunus English school boarding school mfelale sara pate je be jila madama Kunda Johnson moto ka dundron ni tambita si bekla dare sina futani dulato na boarding bedame yo ala baraka bake
good o baraka bake principal kumo sinarang la mo lale kumo mole ko boarding be sare patele anu fanang dinno kata min kadari sangi sabala kata fo ibe school banna wato minna so al sal dingol kinoje isaje ko e finance nafa soto e ko londo soto ka mindiji anin kulur kendo min ka tara kenye al kan hakilu fula soto do moro kono ka faale tankobe je karon fana akende mabe je vice principal be kacala kudola mimbe dending dinningola karan kola ni jita talam fulala mako ro min ka ke dinningole remedial classes study class anin dinningol min ka sabadi school ro busumbala ke prepare exam ol ikaminke mimbe ko grade 12 la exam anin grade 9 ise mune fono jamal la mola anin juber la ko kolto Yunus kamindi English school kaminke
okay Mr. Ba nsemin fono wolen ko comme nga fono nyame angale kanto wolen ko to nyale Yunus English school ko syllabus coverage manke so taro tindelia ba comme nin dinu ka wato min ka sia batale so nga syllabus o bannole bari wo damman ngaje ko damman fa man kanya nin jita talamfula dinul se fanya dem montoro minute tan saba kabo talamfula ni talaka dafa talan nani study classes fana kataraje isaje ye lesson o dol min karang so kabo 8 kata 2 isaje so wol faham kendeke ba o batara ni tijalbe wato fana so la mi ko bol faham la kendeke so na rajibe ko fana to nyala ake ma koy bakale bar fana fonse ma koy no bake fana katambi wala wolen ko na especially na examination class wala grade 9 wala grade 12 ngi campaign school or ñing academic bin tambi da nga commencer campaign December ngi campaign dige fo exam ba wato ndel na min suute kan diningul min ko remedial class ga nin kan min campaign dige na min suute na success jama na success jama katara wolle kan karuna 9 credit jamalu na 8 credit jamalu na 7 credit jamalu o diningul kan min sabani ni karamudo wolle ko solo karu muna nan ke sabati nije karu ngalle jamono be nyami ni social media jamono be kering TikTok wol ni Facebook wol ni fengo dol dindi ngol ni access soto do baake karam mu ela priority di ko landi karalle ke nyatri wala son dilla da wala je ning alfal ci dan kacar karu makem fonga da baron del da man tan den dindi ni alfal bel den del so ni alfal kumandi ni kacar ngatele ko ni nga dindi ngol makoy remedial classes soto aning ning exam of sura nangi campaign di jang obi makoy la bakel so alfal fa nada o je ko nyimu miral kende balti ison damma say dinnu katara bulu karam muroje principal of siring ndefele siring aning sino teacher nga mexole campaign master o mu sino teacher le karam wala katara marni dinnu la tanko wala anila domoro la karam muroje principal of class wol ning class wol banta dinnu nga mexo dinnu dindi yela ko la len kana bo karam muro nga sey na dimbale nga mexole because sometimes some parents e ka concern so le weda dinnu la tanko alfa dinnu mi fon campaign ke dali alon kolbe la renje nyami bi compromise dinina tanko because Yunus English school comme for damu la fro ya fa nyami le fa fa na karam mun kono so nga mexole ning wat le bi no wato si karam mun da ka soro ni mo bi ka findi banda fo sa mo ning karam wati do fa na sida mais bundal sele so security wo is guaranteed so wo remedy wo campaign on ka make sure that dinni wole concentrate because ibuka fendo so le minkela ila moyal fon so dol sa dol kede moyal obligé so kono dol nga moyal muté etaram karam muro je so que concentrate min kan buko doron so nga success jama register wod lato le 9 credits wol 7 credits wol 8 credits jama ka bo dinni wol ma fo coming mil kase so ko ni ka buruna wol bi ka so de bare a jama ba ka bo dinni wol yan kamil kambini karam so nga kambin extra remedial class kan mi organize ni Yunus English school del nga na faja bakel so coming ba fo kan jang wol na success but then coming meta ko la experience do le dolte ni dol fana ngani yen la moy bi ya i koy bakela but de la success ani na experience mi soloji stilo better rambulla
kenyal mangili that's very good
wala man ngol go bende bela ko kar e ko nin tulo me dasa kundu ñow ke dasa
ani do yakko bi bar kenyal on mangili afele wa be mol jam fa ko to say be min kala mbabula Mariam Sanyang ay kuma la bondi jamalan be to yala jang Yunus English School Mariama sagna surwa ka wono
jërëjëf Moussa mbokay fu mu nekk nii waxtu bi jeex na taket waaye daal pour jox leen kàddu yu mujj ñu ngi fi toog ñun ñoo waa Yunus English School ñëw pour waxtaan ak yéen si wàllum Yunus English School mu nekk school boo xam ne mu ngi Busumbala Kutu ak Saare Paate yi dañ nekk school yi nga xamante ne nii school yi réew mi bi la ñun ñoo ko moom te xam nga luñ moom rek il faut ñu jàppalante il faut ñu moomee ko suñ boppa indi suñ xale ñu jàng am jikko yu baax nekk ñoo xamante ne ëllëg dañoo njëriñ seen boppa njëriñ seen waajur njëriñ réew mi Gambia ñu ko dooli dafa nekk school boo xamante ne nii xale ñu fa dee jàng yépp soo gisee gars yi am nañ jikko yu baax te loolu tax na waajur yi war a am ité pour yónni seen doom yi si Yunus English School bu nekk Busumbala wala Saare Paate wala bu nekk Kootu foo munti dem rek sa doom dina nekk ku nga xamante ne ni am na jikko bu baax dina jànga da jànga dafa am solo te nekkul school yi yëpp ñoo dee joxe jànga comme nuñ ko war a amee so dafa tax waajur yi boo waree yóbbu sa doom si school dafa war a nekk school bu nga xamante ne ni du jàngal sa doom bi kese si wàllum jànga tubaab bi waaye dina ko jox jikko bu nga xamante ne ni mun naa xeeg si suñ biir dëkk bi mun naa xeeg si suñ biir réew mi te bu tukkee sax mun naa am jikko boobu noonu te jikko boobu noonu mun na ko dooleel te mun na ko isil yu baax doo ko mun a am fenn nag Yunus English School mu ngi nii foofu moo nekk school bu nga xamante ne ni boo fa yóbbee sa xale bi loolu la olof yi de wax Moussa sa gannaaw banda ndax waaw ndax waaw so xale yi su ñëwee foofu noonu macha allah dinañ nekk ñoo xamante ne ni dinañ ñee te nit ñi dinañ leen ñee daal maanaam dinañ am lu baax te dinañ yokka si development of the society mooy dinañ yokka si koom-koomi dëkk bi pour lum si gën a gaaw rek mbokk yi loolu mooy Yunus English School su dut lu baax bëgguñ
jërëjëf kaddu bi rafet na comme nu mu ko waxee noonu la jërë ngeen jëf seetaankat yi ak déglukat yi this is Yunus Hour as it comes every Sunday. Thank you so much. We are saying thanks to Star TV, thanks to Yunus, Mr. Yunus Silla, the proprietor, and to my panelists. Thank you so much. And till another time, another Sunday, the same place, the same time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.